everyone, welcome back. This is Deejay Stevie.
Hi everyone, welcome back. As DJ Stevie said, this is a Wednesday night. What's the date today, DJ Stevie?
Wednesday, April 27th.
Wednesday, April 27th, as DJ Stevie just said. We hope you are enjoying his YouTube channel. And again, many thanks to our subscribers. If you are a new subscriber, press which button, DJ Stevie?
The like button.
Press that like button and subscribe. And please encourage your family members and friends to subscribe to DJ Stevie's YouTube channel. We're a channel that we talk about music. What else do we talk about? Running. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We've also talked about autism, which you have.
Yay.
Right. Okay, so we're going to talk about running, and both of us are wearing our medals from last Sunday morning and former t-shirts. Mine is a t-shirt from the run in 2019, and yours is the run from 3 years earlier in 2016. And what is this run, Stevie? What's the run called?
Run4Hope.
Run4Hope. And people, everyone, the Run for the Hope was in honor of, and it's to support Sky's the Limit organization for youth. And the money raised for this worthy charity is to purchase laptops and to provide training for youth and just, make them knowledgeable about computers and technology and that. So it's a worthy cause. How far did we run on Sunday, DJ Stevie?
35 kilometers.
35 kilometers? Let me check your, I don't think it was, let's take away 30. Maybe, can I give you a hint? 5 kilometers, right. You're not up to 35 yet. All right. And where did we run, DJ Stevie?
Professor's Lake.
Professor's Lake. And not all of our viewers know where Professor's Lake is. Where is Professor's Lake in Ontario? Where is it?
Brampton.
Brampton. Beautiful Brampton, Ontario. So the race began at Professor's Lake and it finished there, right? And we ran along the street. What street did we run along?
No, Panda Lane.
Panda Lane was one of the residential streets. And what was the street just off of Jordan?
The main street?
Yeah.
North Park.
We ran down North Park. But to run along, and I don't know if you know this, to run along Professor's Lake, how many kilometers is it? And please don't say 35 kilometers. It's not that big of a lake. How many kilometers is it? Let me give you a hint. 3 kilometers, right? So, people, if you haven't come to Brampton, or when you do come, please check out Professor's Lake Recreational Center and the lake, named after a professor of economics who I think it was around the 1970s is when the lake, it's a man-made lake, it came to fruition. All right, so Stevie, we've been running. How many times have you ran Run4Hope?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You ran 7 times?
No, I ran 4 times.
4 times, that's right. I might have run around 7 times. I used to run the 10K on my own. Did quite well, I must say. But now you and I have been running. Last Sunday, who did we run with? Because we had family amongst us.
Uncle Talai.
Uncle Talai. And Uncle Talai is whose brother?
Mommy's.
Mommy's brother. And viewers out there, DJ Stevie, we get all the props, right? Because we're the guys in front of the camera. But who sets us up? Who is part of our production team?
Mommy.
Mommy. So, mommy's name is?
Yalom.
Yalem, right. So, props to my wife, Stevie's mother, Yalem, who really has set up Stevie's YouTube channel. So, big thanks to her. All right, so viewers, we lived in Ethiopia, the land of runners, for how many years?
8 years.
8 years. From what year to what year?
2007 to 2015.
Yes, 2007 to 2015. And what did I do out there? Where did you go to school? Where did I work?
ICS.
All right, so ICS is the acronym. What does I, C, and S stand for?
International Community School.
And what's the capital city?
Addis Ababa.
Right, International Community School of Addis Ababa. And I worked there for 8 years. Stevie was a student there. And Mommy, where did Mommy work?
Library.
Mommy worked in the library, right. And we have such fond memories. So, to all of our viewers in Ethiopia or any people who were at ICS, who are presently at ICS, we just want to say hi and we miss you and have fond memories of our time at ICS.
Who's still there?
There's lots of people there, so we do want to say hi to
Everyone
people.
on another island.
All right, so who are some of the famous runners that we met at ICS?
Meseret Defar.
Meseret Defar. And do you know what distance she runs? What races?
No.
She's famous for?
No.
She's famous for running the 5,000 meters or 5 kilometers or the 10,000 meters or, and that distance as well. So that's a long distance. We've run 5K and that's where we have our medals. And as you can see here, it says 5K, right? There we are, 5K. And this is our medal. Let's get it. It's a Run for Hope. And it does say, I do want to give props to the Brampton Benders, the Brampton Benders Running Club. So I wasn't part of the organization committee, but Jackie Wallace and other people, David, who, you know what country David's from? The guy who was the MC, who had the microphone? It's a country, it's south of Ethiopia, and he's from there. Kenya, right. So he was part of the organization committee. So they did a great job, don't you think?
Yes.
Right. They did a wonderful job. And your uncle, my brother-in-law, Talai, he had a great time from Montreal. So he flew in.
He drove.
He drove, right? 5-6 hour drive west to Toronto, to Brampton for the run. And I think it was his first run, so he was very happy, his first race that he ran. All right, so Meseret Defar. Did she ever come and practice at our school?
Yeah.
She did. And there was one time, to our viewers, I do want to say, he was in kindergarten or grade 1 or 2. He was very young. Now he's about 20 years of age. And he was being, well, Gebreselassie. What does Gebreselassie means?
Upset.
Not really. It's people around Gebreselassie.
Yeah.
So it has to do with a child. Now, is the child being good or bad when they're
Bad.
They're being bad. And you were being Gebreselassie on this day. I think you wanted to go to the canapé, which is the cafeteria there, after your piano lesson, which I don't really think went that well. And you were being a brat and you were crying. And Meseret Defar came by and she said, "Oh, Monuye Konjo. What does that mean?
Why are you upset?
Why are you upset, my baby? Why are you upset?" And Mommy explained that you weren't really being a good boy for the piano teacher, Ms. Marta. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And
the
then
music teacher.
That's right. So if Ms. Marta, if you're watching, I want to say hi to you. And then she said, "Koi, koi, 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 koi." What does koi mean?
Wait.
Koi means wait. So I think she went out to her vehicle in the ICS parking lot at the school. And do you remember what she brought you?
No.
She brought you one of her racing t-shirts. So can we show our viewers the racing t-shirt?
Yeah.
Because we got it framed, okay? So I'm just going to bring it here now. Oh, boy. All right. So here is the racing t-shirt. I'm going to back it up. There. It says Meseret, Defar, Daegu, and London. So she was preparing for the London Olympics, and she was in, I believe it's the Diamond League or the World Championship in South Korea in Daegu. And to all of our viewers out there, she gave her t-shirt, this t-shirt, to Deejay Stevie. And here is a signed postcard from Meseret Defar and a signed postcard from the marathon runner who set the world record in Berlin, in Germany, running an astonishing, well, not so now because a lot of the Kenyans have broken his record. It's some Kenyans. What's his name? The runner, and I have a book of his. And
Haile Gebreselassie.
Haile Gebreselassie, right. Mummy and I, you weren't there. We went to the Alam Theater. Alam is his wife, and so he named the theater after his wife on what road is that main road in Addis Ababa? It starts with the letter B.
Bole.
Bole Road. So Mummy and I went to the Alam Theater, and Haile and a lot of the famous athletes were there to celebrate all of their great victories. And I got to meet Haile Gebreselassie, as did Mummy. And it was great, right? So Haile Gebreselassie, the track at ICS, I don't even know if you know this, at the school in Addis Ababa, the International Community School is named after Haile Gebreselassie. That's the name of the track that you and I ran on.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Well, there you go, right? And it's Haile Gebreselassie track, right? And at one point, viewers, it was the only, are you listening? The only rubberized track in all of East Africa. So, Meseret Defar and other famous runners ran there. Now, do you know what Olympics Meseret Defar won medals at?
No.
She won okay, and just to let you know, it was in England. What is the main city in England?
London.
London, and she won gold in the 2012 Olympics. She also won gold in the main city in the country of Greece. It starts with the letter A. Do you know what city that is?
No.
You don't know this one. Athens.
Athens.
Right. And she won a medal in 2004, I believe. And then she also won in China. She won a bronze medal, and it's the city, and it starts with the letter B.
Beijing.
Beijing. Stevie knows his countries and his capitals. But just before we left in 2017, Meseret Defar.
No, in 2015.
2015. Thank you. Right. See? Can't pull anything over him. So we left in 2015. A year before that, Meseret Defar retired. What do you think she wanted to start? She wanted to get her own Munuyini
A
Konjos.
baby child.
Yeah, so she wanted to work on a family.
What family?
Her family. Her family. One time, I have to tell this quick story. I was coaching at ICS, and this really nice gentleman came up and he says, Mister. I said, a bit, yes. He says, can we use lane, let's see, und ulet sost arat amest? Lane amest. I said, who is we? So he pointed over, and there, people training at the track that I coached at was Meseret Defar. So I just told my athletes, I said, please, Kotjabel, sit down, and watch Meseret Defar train. It was rather magical. All right, so let's now talk about what's the marathon runner's name who won all those gold, was the world record holder?
Meseret.
No.
Where?
What's his name?
Haile Gebreselassie.
Haile Gebreselassie, right. And viewers out there, if you haven't seen the movie about his life, it's called Endurance. Please go out and buy the DVD.
We saw an Addis Ababa about his life.
Exactly.
What
Would you recommend it?
Yeah. About
Say.
I recommend it. About his life about when.
Say I would recommend it.
I recommend it. About his life about what?
About his family. About his life.
About his what?
About his life.
His child. His what?
About his childhood. So would say, look, I'd recommend it.
I recommend it.
Go out and buy the DVD.
Go out and buy the DVD.
All right.
Why are they talking about his childhood?
Because he was the fastest marathon runner on the planet.
Yeah.
Say wow.
Wow.
Right. Okay. Now, again, in Germany, where did he run that 2 hour and 3 marathon? Starts with the letter B. Berlin. And he won. Classic. I'll say it again. What's the word? Classic races with Paul Turgot. My goodness. Paul Turgot. We'll always remember in Athens, in Sydney, Australia. Oh my goodness. Mummy and I, we were on the edge of our seats.
Where?
I think we were living in Richmond Hill there. No, you were a baby. You were a little mono uniconjo.
Before what?
Before we moved. Did we know we were moving to Ethiopia? Not at this time.
But when?
It was, that's a good question. I think it was the year 2000 was the Sydney Olympics. Viewers, if I'm wrong.
And we knew we were moving to Ethiopia.
Well, we were looking into it. Mummy and I and you needed a change, and those 8 years were rather magical.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about this Saturday because we want viewers to tune in. Last Saturday, what decade did we focus on, Deejay Stevie?
The 70s.
The 70s. Do you remember whose birthday did we focus on? Well, yeah, whose birthday was it? But it wasn't during the 70s.
Roy Orbison, yeah. And we played
Only
the Lonely.
Right, we played Only the Lonely because it was his heavenly birthday. But yeah, so what are some of the bands, just to give our viewers a taste of what you might want to sing from the 80s? Because we're going to focus on the 80s, right, this Saturday?
Yeah. So
what are some of your favorite singers or bands in the 80s that you might want to sing? Can you name one? From the 80s.
I'll pick Michael Jackson, Thriller.
Michael Jackson. So there might be a song from Thriller. Anyone else from the 80s?
Prince, Purple Rain.
Purple Rain, right. And I you know what? People, I shouldn't be putting out a request there, but Stevie's nanny and my mother loved a band from the 80s. And, you know, if they ever come, please, Mick Hucknall, if you are listening or you have tuned in or anyone associated with Mick Hucknall, what band is he in?
Simply Red.
Simply Red. Please come to Toronto, right? Right? We would love to see you in that.
Please come to where?
I just said
Canada.
Well, yeah, but if they go to Vancouver, that's 3,000 kilometers. I mean, that's far away, right? Yeah. We want them to come to? Toronto. So, Mr. Hucknall, please come to Toronto, right?
Right.
Okay, so maybe you'll sing some Simply Red?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so this, I think, does it for tonight. Do you have anything anything to end our show? Do you want to say anything to get viewers to stay with us? What do you want them to press? What do you want them to do? It's your Go ahead, DJ Stevie.
Press the like button.
And
Subscribe.
Stevie, you begin the show. DJ Stevie, you need to end it. What do you want to say to our viewers?
Thank you.
Thank you. And how do you say thank you in Amharic to people in Ethiopia?
Amasakanalo.
Batam, which means a lot of. Thank you very much. Batam amasakanalo.
Yeah, Batamasakanalo.
Can we both say it together and bow? 1, 2, 3.
Batam
amasakanalo.